What you mean?
Man looked at me and started grinning.
What you mean?
Little Red Riding Hood. Like,
we got Pinky over here, man. And the brain.
Pinky, you're okay.
What did you call him?
Little Red Riding Hood.
That was funny.
But
Big Red Riding Hood.
But by the way, yeah, hey, yo,
Why
fire
for that?
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, his rebuttal was mad. Man said we got Pinky and the brain. I didn't say it. I just reiterated.
Yeah, it's mastermind. Yeah, whatever.
She's gone.
This is episode
Got your
1.
hood up. Hey, Red.
Hey, don't talk about my hood, yeah?
Oh my
Oh, goodbye.
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
Notice there's a smug smile after. This is episode 134 of the Different Stroke podcast with myself, Raw Talk Grease, who we have in the studio to my left.
Mr. O, hey, oh.
Alright, Elvis.
First of all, can you take your jacket off the chair? To your left.
Yes, sir. It's Kay. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? I didn't even do my
Unfortunately,
check.
yes. Everyone can hear you.
Good.
And across from me,
2 drinks.
Mother Teresa, how you doing, sir?
Cool in the gang. Absolutely fabulous. Say whatever the fuck you want. I'm warm and toasty. I don't give a fuck. Hi, everyone. If you're hearing this, then obviously you're in some state of cold right now. I am not. Mother Teresa's doing all right.
Pink Sweats, how you doing?
That was a good one.
Oh, no. Oh. I'm good. On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Who's we?
Me.
I joined you.
That's not pink.
It's not a shade of.
Okay.
Okay, enough from both of you. And the Burgundy Badders, what's going on?
I'm alright, man. Like the
Burgundy
videos, man. Char.
Bandit.
Everyone's being stingy with the likes.
It's for free. It's
Say
free, bro.
again.
It's free, man. Just like it, innit? Done. Go about your business.
Like, these people don't spend that much time on TikTok.
You mean you?
No, I'm saying everybody that has no time to like. You spend so much time on TikTok.
I can't lie, no. Post Christmas, I got into the habit of if someone DM'd me something, I used to just like the video. I never liked the video because I'm trying to reset my algorithm. So
Oh my god, I know exactly what you mean because there's certain things that I avoid because I don't need it to come up on my algorithm.
So, for example, my boy always used to say to me, "Oh, it's you man am effing up my algorithm." I said, "No, you're effing up your algorithm because you
You're
keep liking
it.
pictures of gal with big bums." You're there just tapping away.
Or if you share
I
it
said,
as well.
my algorithm shows me gym workouts, and football. What does your algorithm look like?
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Big back.
What does your algorithm look like?
Pornhub.
Food.
He's lucky Twitter don't have an algorithm. He'd be finished.
Food.
Yeah, but he's got his bad B page.
And
Animals.
dogs, cat. I like
Bestiality.
Dogs and cats.
Man show me little kittens and puppies. Food.
Oh, Mother Teresa, take off the do-rag, man. What are you doing?
I'm cold.
You bold. That's not my fault.
I love it.
I'm cold. I'm cold.
It's Sister Mary Clarence.
That's a good one.
Better and better each time.
I thought he'd reached his peak with Burgundy Badgers, but we are also a few minutes in. Pause. You're in a minute. No, you're
I can't look over about 5 minutes. I got calmed down.
What, because it's Sister Mary Clarence?
Oh gosh.
Oh god, there's so many names in my head. Oh god. Oh, how are you?
I'm alright. That's why I'm in
That
a
was going to
very
be the next
due.
question.
I know.
No, I didn't want to ask because I thought there's another shot coming in it.
Listen, you know me. Not the first time I've been shot in this motherfucker. I don't care. It's all bitch though.
All gravy.
I mean, these caramel waffles that you brought in here, Reese. Now,
No, you're giving me like drag me to hell vibes with the thing across your head though, huh? I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I have.
No, give me for that one. Give me for that one.
That old woman was sick.
Tipsy woman.
All gums, no teeth.
She was moving
All
mad.
gums, no teeth, bruv.
Oi.
But yeah, I'm cool. I wanted to get the hilarity out first before we started talking about some serious topics.
Sorry.
The first topic I actually wanted to discuss here was about David Carrick. I'm not sure if you know who that is.
No.
No, I don't.
So it came out this week that David Carrick, a Met police officer,
Oh yes.
has been sacked from his job. He hasn't been charged yet, but he's been sacked from his job for admitting to being a serial rapist.
24 counts. I think 24 charges.
It was 23 counts. I think it's probably gone up to 24. And the thing that I wanted to really get into about this when looking at this was, how can I word this correctly? How do Met Police bounce back from this?
I did see an interview with, I think, the chief of police, I think the other day, and he kept on saying, I can't change the past. I can only do what I can right now. And I think apparently the person who was interviewing them said there's over 800 officers being investigated for abusive claims.
It's crazy because when you look at and I mean this, I'm going to say this in a general term, and it's very problematic in the way I'm going to say this as well. When you look at people who have made claims towards Met Police based on people from different backgrounds, different races, especially people from our community, is this more so become prevalent because it is English people, and I mean British, I mean English women, for example, basically calling the Met Police out where it's now a bigger thing?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
It's like it's kind of like that age-old joke, like, you guys finally like understand what we've been saying for all these years. Oh, okay, cool. We've been on that.
It's closer to home.
Welcome to where we've been, like, since the day we were born, and your parents kind of taught you about how to navigate yourself if you're stopped. Like, even like when you're just out playing as a child, and you're spoken to about how to navigate and how to behave when police come.
Police, yeah.
And where that in our community has been something where we were literally raised with it to a point where it's second nature.
I mean, you can go way back. There's videos. There's footage.
There's the others.
You had the Rodney King beating, like.
But do you think the abuse of power is more so? Do you think Met Police's abuse of power in these type of situations, where it's, okay, I'm beating up blacks, I'm beating up Arabs, I'm beating up Muslims, I'm beating up whomever, is now at the forefront where you're looking at in the last year and a half, you've had the Sarah Everard situation, and now you have, and now where you've had a Met Police officer come out and admit to sexually abusing / raping 23 women. And then, as you mentioned, 800 plus other cases. How do people go and trust the system or police officers when this is now out?
I don't know what type of. They need to flush the whole system. Like,
But how do you do that? You can't.
I don't know.
It's like running a football club. You can't sack a whole squad.
No, you can't.
But to do that gets to the root of the problem. I know I'm saying this in a devil's advocate sort of way, but in doing that, you do sort of flush out the problem, or
I
at
think
least
it's too
start.
powerful.
You start from a base. Well, then you've got to look at the wider system, because it's bigger than the police force itself, because it's obviously it's conducive to a community where people know how to do this and get away with it behind that, what's it called? The blue line, they call it. Like the blue line of silence that they kind of hold up. So instead, you can't look at individual officers and think, okay, right, we've got one. That's out. We've got one. That's out. Look, what about the system
Why can't
that
you- Yeah,
that
I
built
think-
him
Can I ask you
in a
question?
way that
Can I ask you a
he
question?
felt comfortable to
Why
do that?
can't you? Sorry to cut you. I just want to ask a question
go on.
while you're on that thing. Why can't we, as a, I don't mean as black people, but why can't we as
A community.
a community, as in like people against the police or people who feel a way about this, have the same views in a way in which they do? So if you take someone like Joint Enterprise, you commit the crime, but you know him, so you are complicit.
Complicit in the
Why
crime.
can't we have the same Joint Enterprise view on the subject?
It's not to say we can't.
It's not conducive.
I don't think it's just it stops with the Met though. I think it's the justice system as well, including in that.
But the justice system in itself is not, and I always say this to people all the time, oh, but you're proven in a court of law. I said, you know, the court of law, if you have money, you can find
Yeah,
loopholes in it.
Ways around it.
And also you have to understand, they have to prove without a reasonable doubt that you are, that you are guilty or not guilty. Mm-hmm. So that's where it in itself is not really based on right and wrong. It's based on if they can prove it.
Yes, it's what you can prove. All right, Kay, for you, how do you look at the police? Like, would you say you can go to them for help?
I would say that I probably look at them maybe a little bit more different to how males will being specific, black males, just because of from what I've seen in the past and what like mostly black males have experienced. But for me, I don't. No. And it's not in a sense of, oh, fuck the police, we don't like the police. I don't think it's in a sense like that. I just never have felt, if I'm ever in trouble, like real trouble, I'm going to call the police. I know you should, and that's what they're there for, but I'm sorry, the first thing I'm thinking of, if I'm in big trouble, I'm going to call my uncle, maybe my dad, my brother, maybe one of like my male friends.
Rally up the troops.
Police is literally the last thing that I think about, and I know you're technically meant to because that's what they're there to do. But I've seen so many times with men or women, they don't. It's not they don't do much, but sometimes they don't do
What you need
enough.
them to do.
Yeah.
So then,
There's been
have you seen the Sainsbury's thing? The Sainsbury's ad that they've had to pull?
Yeah.
No, I
About,
don't
about
think I
walking
have.
in the park. Or,
About
God.
it was like your attire. It was like walk. I'm not sure if anyone can find it. The Sainsbury's ad that got ripped, and it was like blouse
Yeah.
safe enough to wear after dark. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think with a lot of women feeling uncomfortable to walk after hours when it's dark in certain areas, it's a problematic statement because it's not something that's been addressed. I think
Yeah, it's true.
the Sarah Everard thing, she was grabbed after hours, like walking between Clapham and Brixton. Correct?
Well, this is for me because I've been grabbed and it wasn't after hours. It was barely 9 o'clock.
Oh, read it out loud, please.
It says,
Oh, I don't know if
for
I've seen
walks or strolls in the park after
dark.
dark. But what it's meant to say apparently is for walks in the park or strolls after dark. But the way that they've put the woman in the middle of that sentence and they've laid it on two lines,
And
it's
they've
kind of
edited it.
separated
Poor copy.
into, yeah.
Oh dear.
And
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wouldn't. Like, it might be a different scenario if I'm literally in trouble and the police officer right there, possibly, but they're not. Like, for me, it wouldn't be my first point of call.
it's weird because I just view the police as the aftermath after everything's happened.
Yeah, I'll do it then. Like, it's happened to me before. Like,
after the
a
fact,
man literally tried to attack me on the road. The police weren't the first person I called. It was my boyfriend and his friends at the time. They came first, and then I called the police after, like, once I got home and I was all right. It probably would be the same like that now, if, God forbid, if anything did happen or in any situation. They're just not,
You see,
for me, my first point.
if we take away this is the story, like, and this information hadn't come out, would you think it would be? It is counterproductive to kind of believe in jungle justice to kind of get things better sorted, or is it a thing of we're going back to like what it was like in the 60s of the Black Panthers, where you have like the community of people protecting their local community instead of relying on exterior forces.
I would love to say that we have a community, but we don't.
No, but I don't mean black people. I just mean your local community, as in like if you live in East Ham, people in East Ham working together to protect.
I reckon it may go that way.
Probably.
Because what trust do we have in the government and what trust do we have in the police system? Like,
and any trust that we may have had
but the beautiful
3 years ago it's just even less.
The beautiful thing about an idea like that is they would shut that down based on safety, leaving you to have to rely on who? The police. Because remember, you don't trust already.
Yeah, there's less police force out on road now. So
there's less police stations.
Yeah. Majority of them shut.
I think the closest police station to my house was Streatham.
I don't even know.
I think it's Brixton.
I've got one literally down my road, but it's closed. But they're in the building, but you can't actually go in there.
So I think when you get nabbed now, I remember years ago when my best friend got. So I think I told the story when we were in year 11. I think we just finished GCSEs. I think there was a bus that used to run from like Morden Station to where we played football, innit? So every day when we finished GCSEs, just kicking ball, innit? Like we're 16-year-olds, we've got nothing better to do. And I think the one day I weren't allowed out. I think just the time you could still send texts on the internet, like off O2 and something like that. Showing our age. And I said,
like people
I was
do.
like, you're just such an idiot. I was like, I can't even, you guys, my mum's got me under manners today, I can't even come outside. Cool. That day, them lot got, because I remember the day before I came out, there was people in the park and whatever who was just drinking and whatever, like, my boys were just kicking ball. That day I went out to come out, them lot got bagged for apparent robbery on a bus that none of us had ever been on. Right, yeah. Like, there was a bus that used to go from the Morden Station to where we play football. I never used to get on that bus. I used to literally just walk from the state or catch bus right from my house and then walk up the hill and cut through the back ways. Them lot got arrested. I think AC, one boy I used to chill with, was 16, and AC's brother was like 13 at the time. There is a police station in Morden. They took them from Morden to Brixton. And then obviously you're undermanned, you got to stay there until your parents come and get you.
Yeah.
So it's not like none of us are known to police or whatever. It's like, okay, I see 3 males have robbed. It's like saying, okay, cool. I see 3 male in a black jacket. My guy, that's like 98% of black males in London, let alone the UK.
Like, not, like, do you even think Go on. I don't want this to sound rude, but this is my I'm trying to think. Like, do you even think the average white male of your age,
my age now,
your age right now, even knows what the police definition of a white person, like the code is?
No.
The way that we all know what IC3 male is.
They don't have to.
I don't think most of them know what the police alphabet is.
They don't have to.
But they don't have. But the thing is, they're not. But the thing is, they don't have. But the thing is, but the thing is,
no. I just thought that.
But the argument to me isn't viable because ultimately it's not our land. So it's no. I'm never going to look at it like, oh, do they know? They don't have to, because unless you're in the difference of when I look about being English to being British, is unless you are involved in criminality as a Caucasian person, your experiences, or you grow up in a council estate, like a council estate where you're around people from different backgrounds, your interactions with police officers aren't going to be that. No. Whereas if you are British, for example, you're more likely to have fail-safe, negative stigmas thrown on you. Yeah. Because ultimately, when you're looking at, he's from that area, he's a bit... Then naturally, because of how we're raised, not to say that we hate police, you're just on guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't know what they're on. One bad road, like, listen, even on an ignorance level, if you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just a nice guy, ain't doing nothing, whatever. Okay, take your thing off the radiator, please. Like yeah, if you're a nice guy or not, and then you're looking at a police officer in a position of power who has mace, who has a kosh. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Be outnumbered as well.
You run, you get beat, like you stay still, you don't know what the person's on. You're naturally gonna be sassy, or not even sassy. You're gonna have your guard up. You're like, why are you stopping me? Unless you catch me doing something, I can't really be like. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and then there's the difference in people's natural reactions to that. So there are other people who can just be calm and all right, cool. And there are other people who
it took a while for me to be calm. Just being randomly stopped, like majority of the time. I'm on my road that my mum lives in, and I'm just getting stopped. Where am I going? Home.
Yeah, but even you wouldn't be calmer, would you?
But until last year, I hadn't been stopped by police for years, and they stopped me outside my house because they thought I was breaking into my own house. I said, you can clearly see I'm doing the bins, bro.
they thought you were breaking into your
Bro, there's temporary lights on my road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the undercar. You see, if
Doing
you
the
just
bins in
waited,
my house closed.
Well,
What the hell?
and it's cold. You see, if you had just waited,
Probably
because
wear shorts
I've got gloves
or
on.
whatever.
I've got plastic gloves
There's
on.
no common sense.
Yeah. So you see, if you've just waited,
They don't look, and they don't wait and observe.
and I was thinking, for me, in my head at the time, I was thinking, oh, it would be the black fed that has got to jump out. Yeah. Then because they've stopped, I've got like this old white guy give me a dirty look, brother. If you lot had waited, you would have seen. Oh, we saw you put something on the windowsill. I said, it's a broken broom. I'm sweeping off the floor, bro. Oh, we just need to check you got the keys to your house. You know, to be a criminal, yeah, you have to see me commit a crime.
Committing.
But they don't
So I
want
understand the term conspiracy
They
to.
want to feel like, oh, we caught him before he was in the
No,
act or whatever.
but the thing is,
Like,
I understand the term conspiracy to.
Yeah.
If you see me conspire to do something, you haven't think it.
No,
It's
but
like,
ain't
oh,
even
we
conspiring
just
then.
wanted to make sure. You know what making sure does? You can wait. You
Or
have
just
eyes.
Leave me alone.
You could have watched from way back.
Yeah.
Before you even approached me to
But
realize.
where you've already done jump out gang and you're looking at me, there's 5 of you. I'll be honest. Minus the black brother that stopped me. If I ran, none of you are catching me anyway.
I'm out.
Not all the heavy gear they got.
But you got to understand.
they can't catch no.
No, but you understand. KDR.
And the way I know these streets.
Traffic light.
Precisely.
No, but the thing is, traffic light, temporary lights. The road ain't gonna change that quick. You would see me if I'm like, oh, looks a bit. Wonder what's behind this one. Oh, Blue's Clues. Like, we're not doing that, bro.
Backpack.
You know what I mean?
But you know what's nuts as well? Like recently, I read that police are visiting 1,000 homes who have watched illegal Premier League streams. Like, how are you gonna clock that?
No, that's not-
why is that so important?
That's because it costs him.
After every, on top of
How about you sort the
else,
shit in house first?
The problem,
Right.
the problem why it's funny to me is because
on
ultimately,
top
because
of every bastard
because
thing.
BT,
It's
Sky,
money.
Amazon invest solely in it, and it's piracy, right? Yeah, because I don't think most people pay to watch sports anyway. With piracy, they're trying to actively stop that. That's not the issue.
They have to be seen to be doing something.
You have a structural issue that needs to be addressed, and yeah, people keep complaining about it, but ultimately, the structural issue has to be done in the most pyramid way. So, who's the head of chief of police? What are they doing to make sure that these people are better educated in dealing with people from different minorities? What are you doing to understand? Yes, they're going to be days you go to work and that snot-nosed bastard you see every day, pardon my language, on the corner is going to jar you. But what are you doing to either get them out of that way, and how are you talking to people? I've realised growing up, black, white or otherwise, when going to establishments where there's security guards, their manner of how they speak to people is very aggressive. So what ends up happening is if Mark's done me something, for example, and I go to address Mark and I address Mark here with bravado and gusto, he's naturally going to react in a way where he's like, brother, who are you talking to? I had to pull up a security guard about it over Christmas. The day when I left you lot from the brunch and I ended up going to Brixton Soho House. When I'm leaving, I'm going KFC, whatever. We've ordered food. There's a guy in the corner who's ordered his food, yeah. Obviously, where we're eating in there, I think one of the guys I've known from just being in the area, innit? What's going on? The security guard said something, and he said, man, are you talking to? Cool. because obviously the term was aggressive. He's come up to me, he's like, you know it's takeaway, you shouldn't be eating in it. I said, listen, don't talk to me like that. I said, there's ways to talk to people. I said, one, remember, you're working in a Brixton KFC here on the corner and it's 2 a.m. Most of the people that come in there are going to be drunk. You think talking to people like that is progressive? I said, if you ain't got the manner to talk to people in the right way when you're working this type of job,
At this time of night?
Yeah.
In this type of place?
another person will thump you in your face. And that's not a threat for me saying that. That's me understanding who it is. I understand like the people in the shop who work behind the counters are very meek. And you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you need to have a presence. But verbalizing and showing presence are two separate things.
Do you think the police could get something out of that? The way they approach, let's say, people of different races and stuff like that.
I think there's two ways to answer that. One, you would need people who are from the local area, but it would be weird because you never put police officers from that area in the same area.
No.
Right, yeah. You'd need police officers from that area to best understand the area away from data and stats to best, pardon me, tackle that. You would also need, and I personally would never do it, right, yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people's brains are. You also need people from different backgrounds who want to go into,
Police force.
yeah, to best understand, for people to better understand what it's like dealing with Bengalis, South Asian, other South Asians, East Asian, black people from a plethora of backgrounds, whether it's Caribbean or West African, Central African, East Asian, and the rest. You would need that because ultimately the best way for you to understand how to deal with people from a plethora of backgrounds is to have people from these backgrounds. And not to say that dealing with these people from these backgrounds is a linear thing. And it's like, okay, Bengalis are either A or B. Black people are either A or B, whether they're Caribbean from whatever island or African from whatever countries within the continent. It just has to be a thing where if the system you have in place is set the way you want it to be set, forget it being fair, you just have to manage people the same way you would manage English people or manage people the way you want to be managed when they're talking to you. But, for example, the line in which they walk on, whether they are polite or not, because I'm not going to act like there's not criminals out there in any capacity, the line in which you walk on is, if you come at someone a certain way and you're wrong, and they feel vindicated in the fact of you stopped me for no reason, that's where it gets problematic.
Yeah. And I feel like they never understand, like, look, I ain't done nothing, so why are you even harassing me in the first place?
Plus, the reasons why they stop you are dumb.
Yeah.
Or
You look suspicious.
You match I don't know, Carl.
X amount or whatever description. It's like, how many people match this one description? You just
My brethren drives a Merc, yeah. I was in a car once, yeah, like big truck Merc. We got flashed, yeah, stopped, boom. Police gonna, there's been people driving up and down the road with nozzle, yeah. I was thinking, even you know that's not real. You know it's not real. You've checked the plates.
mate.
The car's taxed. The car has insurance.
That's what I don't understand.
She's not driving mad and it's a 20-mile road. So, what's your problem?
Mate, the description could be, we're
They're
looking for
bored.
a middle-aged, 5'4" black man with glasses. They'll still search you.
98% of the UK.
Yeah. They'll still search you. You could be 6
So
foot,
if you're
no
if you're
glasses.
Ghanaian, it's 95% of Ghanaians.
Basically.
The way
But
Gabe
yeah,
was
they
smart,
won't-
Gabe was
I
like,
don't know why they
I'm
say you
Nigerian,
match
they
the
talk about me though.
I don't know why they say you match the description because they'll just look
Oh, it's funny as well. He's like, well, I'm Nigerian, they talk about me though. 6 foot gang.
Has anyone heard of, or not heard, but
Sorry, Kofi.
Call me Kevin. League of Caves.
have you seen the updates?
Consortium of Caves.
Stop.
Have you seen the updates of Benjamin Mendy? His trial.
He bust case but has to retrial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was down as 2 counts got dropped. He was down for 6 counts of rape and sexual assault. And the
2 counts got dropped.
he was down as 8. He got down to 6.
Yeah.
And then the jury, based on evidence provided, couldn't all agree whether he was guilty or not, So you had a hung jury, which means the case was dropped. But you need a yes or no thing. So there's going to be a retrial with a whole new jury.
Oh, good.
That boy called Saul, I tell you.
Good.
What do you think of it though? Because my thought when he first went, like I thought, yeah, it's done.
Gabriel's face.
It's over. But
Wait there, before I even ask this, Gabriel, what do you think?
What, me?
Yeah.
I think I already know. 'Cause I'm sure we had a conversation about
I
it.
don't know, man. Listen, I heard someone was posting, like, on Twitter, someone was posting, like, what they read from the transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was a WhatsApp group with all the girls in that WhatsApp group to accuse him of rape. Apparently, that was the case, that there was quite a few girls. I think it was dropped. I think 6 charges were dropped. I think 2 are being retrialed.
What me too?
Yeah, so there's only 2. So you had 8, 6 were dropped, 2 were being retrialed because they couldn't reach a decision. But to beat 6 black man, beat 6. I don't know, man. I don't know.
People are trying to say they're trying to take him.
I don't know, because a black man, there's no reason why they wouldn't want a black man in jail. There's absolutely no reason why they wouldn't want a black person in jail. So
I didn't look at
many were dropped out of.
I didn't look at it as a race thing. I'm being honest. I said for me, there's 2 ways I look at this year, and it's a bit. I'm unfortunately, it's very black and white when it comes to these type of situations. Do I believe a normal man can be accused of sexual assault? Yes. Do I believe a normal man can be accused of 6+ counts of sexual assault? Absolutely not. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Do I believe that there's
And just
some
acu- and
level
just stay
of truth?
accused.
Yeah. Do I believe that there's a level of truth in some of them? Yes. Do I believe that his behavior in in what he's been accused of was him and his friend or whatever it is was very problematic? Yes. Do I believe it's based on his position of power, based on who he plays for and money? Yes. Do I
What
believe
happened to his friend?
he's still in the thing? Do I believe that the manner of how he showed himself in this before this case to give these charges is based on him? Of course. I believe that when you're in positions of power, regardless of whatever field you're in, there's a level of intelligence you need to have. Especially when you are in positions of power and you play for the club you play for. You play for one of the 5 biggest clubs within the UK. There's one of the top 3 biggest clubs within the north of England. Well, 4, because Newcastle's in that. Right, yeah. And minus someone like Jack Grealish, who is Jack the lad who can get away with certain things. Because there's been many things I've seen on papers that got put under the paper for Jack Grealish. You are not Jack Grealish. You are not English. And you do not have the career stability for people to do it. The other side you can look at this is also where people be like, yeah, well, he's got money so he can pay off people.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Right or wrong, whether he's innocent or guilty, even if a court of law proves that he's innocent, you will never be able to shake off the allegations.
This may be a dumb question. So,
It is.
shush it.
Oh, Sister Margaret, shush.
So he's been locked up all this time, yeah?
He's been on remand. He's been inside his house for the last 4 months.
Oh, he's been inside.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because I thought he was like.
No, he's inside his house.
Okay.
He's on house arrest.
But this
But
trial,
they've got his passport. He can't go nowhere.
this trial is going on for God knows how long.
The trial starts back in June, I think. So it's 2 years of his life.
So what happens? All right. What happens if he does? He's found not guilty. Where does he go from there?
One, I don't think he can do. I don't think he'll be able to countersue the people because they're proven out. If he's found not guilty, that's different. I don't think he'll be found not guilty. I just think he will either be, as in like, he can't countersue these people regardless because he's not going to get nothing. I feel like if he's going to have a career after this, because I think he's 28 now, he won't be able to have a career
In England.
in this or France.
Yeah. But and then what happens to the people that accused him then?
I think that solely depends on the justice system that is currently set in place, and it depends on what Manchester City do to help the young girls involved.
Okay.
Because you got to look at it now. This is like 2 footballers from Manchester City who've done an atrocity in the last 5 years.
Who's the other one?
Johnson.
Oh yeah.
So what it says is, you go back to the conversation of like teaching footballers at clubs across the board from Premier League level downwards of how to best manage and speak to women. As I've said, I've been out with footballers. Their behaviour is not exactly. They live on a spectrum where because of their status they can get what they want.
Yeah.
And some women play to it because that's what they want. But that doesn't mean that because that is what some women want, that's what all women.
Yeah.
So you need to have your wits about you when you're putting yourself in these type of situations. But the girls that Mendy were talking to, that's been reported, were young. So one of the girls came with him, said she was a certain age, wasn't, apparently, and was in the club with him. That's why Jack Grealish's name got brought in, because he was with Mendy at what, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's where it gets a bit problematic.
Jeez.
Well,
But
what had happened was
the last point of Met Police talk, because this is very police heavy, was the shooting that happened in Houston a few days ago, where 3 people were injured, one of them being a 7-year-old little girl. What are your thoughts on this? And do you think people are starting to act like real life is a simulation of Grand Theft Auto?
It's definitely Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
Because literally, it's scary for. I wouldn't say it's scary for me, but it's up the road for me.
It's like 5 minutes, isn't
10.
it? In car, 5 minutes.
Yeah. But and it's literally around the corner from the station. Like it's broad daylight at a funeral. Like,
Do you know how angry you have to be to burst
I don't under.
a shotgun, bro?
and I saw the mobile footage of people like panicking, running into the church and stuff. Like,
Do you know what a shotgun does?
I
Anyone in this room?
to look at
when
the
when
footage.
as soon as it's
Do you know what a
fired.
shotgun does? Small barbells.
Yeah.
So when it goes,
Oh yeah, like kind of blow.
It's
like,
not one bullet.
it's a
so
scatter.
like that.
Yeah.
Explodes.
it's a scatter.
It's little.
So it's like anyone in the vicinity is getting caught.
And that's dangerous. Why do you need to?
Plus,
because it's not like a direct
Euston
shooter.
has bare cameras. So where was you looking to go?
They ain't found him yet, have they?
I think someone was
I
arrested
think someone
today.
was arrested.
But they're saying it could be linked to the cartel.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's linked to the cartel, apparently.
Yeah.
I think it is, though.
Colombian cartel.
No black person is shooting broad daylight in Houston. No, it's not going to happen.
I'll be surprised. I don't put that past anyone now.
I wouldn't put anything.
People are
past
stabbing people in broad daylight, man.
Bareface.
Up West End, come on now. People,
Here in Euston, that shocked me because I thought, wait. And the thing is, this is bad. Maybe this is bad, but maybe this is how I'm conditioned to think. I thought, I didn't know there's a big black community in Euston.
There is.
That's instantly what I thought.
King's Cross End. I don't know about Euston, but
I know
King's
there's,
Cross End.
I know
there's
we're
council
about.
estates behind.
I didn't know there was a massive community, so I instantly thought of that. And then, the
What there?
more
So it was a black funeral.
no.
it wasn't. No, it's Colombian.
Yeah.
That must have something to.
It's a sad story because
The girl.
Basically-
It was a girl.
yeah, it's a little girl. Well, she's 20. She got diagnosed with cancer when she was like 17, so she was quite like.
They had a
social
GoFundMe,
media.
they had a GoFundMe
Yeah,
page
like,
and
everyone
stuff,
knew
innit?
about her, everyone followed her story. So she's at the later stages of the cancer. The mum goes to Colombia, comes back and has like a preliminary
Pulmonary heart
blood clot.
embolism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that, and she dies.
Your heart bursts. Pulmonary embolism is when you have. It can start off from deep vein thrombosis where it travels up your body, and then if you don't take like blood thinners and it gets to your heart, it can block
So,
your
yeah.
passage and your heart explodes.
So I think something similar to that's basically what's happened to her, I think, or her lungs, or along them lines anyway. But then the girl was died 25 days later. So there's both the mum and dad. There's both the mum and the daughter.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
funeral
it's a
for
joint
both of them.
funeral.
Yeah.
Apparently, they were after someone in the funeral because to shoot at a funeral broad daylight.
You couldn't wait.
Yeah,
Clearly not.
That's orders. You got given.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. That's not a random.
It's not average crime.
You don't go.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't know black people to commit crimes like.
You know, and then people, you know, and them lot are
Organised.
trying to thinking.
And that blatant.
If you're part of
Organised.
the cartel,
We late.
You don't care. You're
Yeah, when you're
getting
given
your-
when you're given orders, you do.
You're doing what
you
you
do
gotta
what you're sent
do.
to do.
Bruv, my son, not black people do that. Do you mean organised crime? Just say it. Just say what you mean, bruv. Organised crime. But no, like, sending well wishes to the people injured and the family involved, mate. Like, bro, that's some stuff you hear in Power. Man are shooting at funerals, bro. That's
100%.
crazy. Like, what's wrong with people?
People gonna be like the people that were present there. They're gonna go through a lot of stuff.
Hey, Katie, when you go home, take iron tablets, bro. You shouldn't be shivering like that.
I know.
That is traumatic, man. Really, because you're at a funeral.
Yeah.
As if the funeral would be traumatic enough, Jesus. Or the events led to the funeral, all that. It's a series of unfortunate events.
You're childish.
No, I actually meant that seriously. I didn't mean it. No.
What, lemony snicket, yeah. On the Mandem. That's what we're doing.
Jim Carrey thing.
So you can lemony snicker, but you can't cocktails with a man, yeah.
Well, she will cocktails with her Mandem. It's not really weird.
Yeah,
for
she
her.
can cocktail.
Question: what is your biggest money L that you've ever taken in your life?
Money error.
L,
Oh my
Oh.
God.
like cash loss.
Gee.
Where do I begin?
Hey, Ramen Tut, you want to pull your fringe forward?
Mine would have been biggest money. And you know why I say it's the biggest money L? I won't say it's biggest cash loss, but it's the biggest L because I'm too nice and naive. Long story short, group of us wanted to go on a weekend or away.
Girls Gone Wild.
No, it was not really. I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was for. I can't even remember a birthday or
Want a cheap
whatever.
chick? Better go down a freak.
This was years ago. And then one of my friends was kind of down. So she wasn't in with like the girls that I went with.
You mean down? As in down in mood or just
Yeah,
down?
like
Okay.
not. She wasn't. But she for a couple of like I worked with her and we grew kind of close. And I was like, oh well. She was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, we're planning a trip. Do you want to come along? You know, X, Y, like a couple of the girls I'm going with, blah blah blah. So she said, yeah, I'm coming. Whatever. I planned it. And one thing I do is I say, guys, I'm reserved the apartment or wherever we were staying, and I'll just say, look, make sure you pay me before this date.
Ha!
No, because usually if the date is whatever the payment date is, I always tell people a week before that, or I just say, send me the money.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, we know that.
long story short, basically the girl went ghost on the day of, and she hadn't paid her money yet.
Of course.
And it was about £150. And then when he was trying to get in contact with her, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling great, I just can't come. I said, that's fine. I was like, but you know, you've kind of agreed to do
Last
something.
minute,
We're
kind
all
of.
paying. It's all paid for now. Like you might as well just come because the 150's got to be paid. And then she was like, well, I'm not paying that.
I'm sorry.
I said, I was like, you can't make all the girls cover your share between us. That's not fair. We've all agreed to do something, but it was just a long thing. And then in the end, she started getting really rude about it, really defensive. Then she started doing that stupid girl statuses thing.
What did she come out and say? Winner of that.
It's minute of that.
Minute of that.
Mate, whatever it was just like I tried to do something nice for someone, and that's what they done, and I ended up losing my. And then, yeah, she obviously didn't give it back, and she, at one point, she blocked me, so I couldn't really.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
She blocks you?
yeah.
You was a problem.
Nah, I don't know what. I just think she was always a funny one, and I was like, why do I even try to be friends with these kind of people? But in terms of biggest L, it is because I was like, KJ, you prick. Don't try and be nice to anyone. But then, yeah, you live, you learn. That's my first and last time I ever did anything like that. Anything I organise, girls. But, yeah, in that sense, I know who I can trust. Not you, Chanel.
Mad.
Oh wow, you naming her as well.
Fuck that
Bitch.
bitch.
Wow.
What you
Fuck
say?
that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Hold up. Fuck that bitch.
Hey.
Sorry, Chanel. It's from a song. It's from a song. I was singing a song. It just hit. Yeah, it just hit.
When he does
It
this.
just hit.
Oh, the money.
I've been doing the money dance all week. People are like, what are you doing? I'm like, watch Abbott.
What's your biggest L, son?
I don't know if, well, this kind of works as an L, but not really ultimately for how it ended up. But when I published my first book, and I did it with a publishing company, and it cost £2,000 to publish back in the day, and that's how much it cost. And that's why I said it technically isn't an L, but it's an L in regards to now where publishing is literally free.
How many years ago was this?
You live and you learn.
21.
Yeek.
It's 21 years ago.
You live
If
and
you weren't being picked up, like have an agent and then taken by the majors, then obviously you was doing it independent.
Game done change.
That's how much it cost. And over the years, obviously the price kind of went down to a point where it's now you can literally publish for free and basically only pay for books you order. But to put it all together, to make it, it's all free.
Well, I'm trying to think my biggest L. I think my biggest L when I was
Uni. First year of uni. Man lived like real pauper, bruv. Jesus
Mate.
Christ, bruv. Man was out here
pop
living
noodle,
like,
yeah.
noodles.
Nah, it
and
wasn't
I'm
even
telling you,
pop
like,
noodle.
listen,
But I did feel like Black Oliver for the half of that year, bruv.
noodles.
Until that grant dropped. In my head, I'm like, please,
Iceland,
sir,
Oh my
Iceland
God,
was
till
your
that
best.
grant dropped.
Iceland was literally your best friend.
Till that grant dropped. Man, that was hard life.
I was like, please, sir, can I have some? Yeah, please. Absolutely done out here, bruv. I'm thinking, where's the bread? Where's the bread, bruv? Where's the bread?
That's
Like,
what you was living on.
Dancing for Jollof on the street corner.
like, Tyrone Biggums, that definitely weren't me, boy. Bruv, when I tell you, yeah, my favorite initials in first year of uni was OD, bruv. You know what I mean? Stand for? They've been overly dedicated. Overdraft. Yeah, that OD. I was, you know, when it went below zero, you see minus funds, but you could still take money.
You can
out.
still take-
I said, bro, is this the life?
Listen,
Wait, I can do this?
minus funds, you be like,
All right.
But the best part that happened, you finish uni, yeah, and obviously you're in like overdraft and that, yeah, you got to pay by the overdraft. I think I was in overdraft of like a bag. They wrote off the overdraft. I said, yeah, safe. Man closed the account immediately.
I wasn't.
Never see me again.
No evidence, nothing.
Bro.
Gone.
But yeah, no. It was that and some internet situation, but I'll be honest, that situation for me is still like really, really raw, and I still want to punch people up about that, so I ain't discussing that one.
Fair
what
enough.
yours is.
Mine is probably the first time I got my credit card.
You know what? Boy,
I was spending it like I would never have to pay that money back again.
Nah, I could put that up there as well. Jeez.
I was going to shops. Yeah,
No,
I'll take that.
man.
It's stupidness as well.
Mark spent $5 on trainers. I had nothing to show for it.
No, I really feel...
Never that.
I really feel like half of the stuff I was like, what have I got to show for it? Like, it just went.
What?
Just went, I was
Oh.
going to say. What's wrong with you? I'm moving
didn't hear that?
on. I'm moving on.
I was waiting for her to finish her sentence.
Yeah.
Well, she stopped.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why.
She stopped at wet, so
Anyway, we've all grown.
I
since
went,
then.
but okay.
Which brings me on to a topic of...
Oh gosh.
No, you lot might have seen it, but when I tweeted the other day about... I gave you
You know, there's some F3s coming.
I know.
It's
I
not.
know.
No, I just tweeted something the other day about adulting and things like that. But it come from the fact that I went shopping. It's so dumb. But I was in Lidl and I've never been
usually is.
so annoyed. Yeah.
Who annoyed you in Lidl?
Myself and the cashier.
Well, you looked at yourself.
Fuck off. No, the cashier, because she was moving too fast.
was it Pink
she
Friday?
never asked for my Lidl card, And then I was annoyed that I didn't remember my Lidl card because I know I would have got the mad points and I would have got the discounts. So I was fuming and I was like, is this life?
That you're annoyed with yourself because you forgot your
Because
your
I didn't scan my points.
your loyalty card.
But is it
And
not
then
on
I
your
said-
phone?
No, she didn't give me a chance to do it. So she done the shopping and then me, I'm thinking, hold on, why have I just paid and I haven't done the... Because usually like, oh, have you got your little card? And I'm like, hey, Joe, you're an absolute prick because you forgot.
Your little card.
I'm just... Stop it. And I was just fuming. But then I was saying, part of that topic, I was going to ask you lot.
Thinking about Dave Chappelle. Wrap it up, B.
I was going to... Oh, let me not break these. Ask you lot, out of like all the things that you think about in life... Hello, excuse me. Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Hey, hello,
Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
Is it the end I'm looking for?
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Can you land?
No, I'm trying to ask the
Why is
question.
your sock bottom not the same complexion as the rest
I
of
knew
your
you were
socks?
going to say that. There's nothing wrong with it.
We were,
Maurice, fuck off. We're not doing this today.
Pinky, come on.
we were almost at
No.
the promised land.
No, because then I was basically, you need to not do this to me. I was thinking of all of the things that I now value in life
You're kind of
as
doing it to yourself. But
as
yeah.
an adult.
You know what's funny? Even Gabriel knows how long it is for Katie to get to
Yeah,
a
because
point.
Gabriel started laughing at first, but you don't take the
he
actual.
knew.
You don't take the actual piss.
No, you take the actual piss.
Oh God, it's just
So
it's
you
killing
were
my
thinking,
question
Right,
now.
land.
Magic hop? Magic hop? Magic hop?
I have so many more things to ask and you're just wasting time. Anyway, what are the top things that you think about now the most in your adult in life compared to like when you were kids and didn't have a care in the world?
Can I go first? Time wasted by Katie or
I knew you
stories.
was going to say that.
You got there before me, man.
But why did you put S on my surname?
Huh?
Why did you put S on my surname?
I said
It's
Katie are wasting time when telling. I didn't say Katie are small.
Did you say KJ Small?
No.
Oh, I'm deaf. Okay.
But time being wasted when Katie tells stories.
What's the question?
Things that you actually.
Because I was thinking, is this really life? Is this what I'm moaning about?
So you-
my
you
little
went-
card not
you-
getting
okay.
scanned. Fucking just moaning about things like gas and electric in the house, like all these dumb things. Getting excited about bed sheets.
So you're basically like, when did you become an adult? When did you
Getting
start having
angry.
these adult moans? And when
Getting
did you start
angry
thinking
about
about fun
substitutes
shit?
in my grocery shopping when it's delivered. What? Getting mad at substitutes.
I thought you said getting mad at prostitutes. What?
You know what? So I said, I'm just gonna ask these. So I was like, because surely it's not just me. But now I don't want to ask you that anymore because you've just been
I think the last time
fuckers.
I
No, because it took you 5 minutes to get to a point.
5.
Because I wanted to tell my story first.
The story wasn't needed.
I was angry because the woman scammed my shopping without asking me for my discount code. Okay.
It's not her job. I think
Tiffany Haddish, put your hand down, bruv.
I think the first time looking at my payslip and seeing all that money get deducted,
Tax.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since
national
I
insurance, everything.
got annoyed about that.
Like no one prepared me for that.
Yeah, I'm just used to it now. So sad.
But yeah, the bounce off the KD joke thing I made joke with her. I don't like my time being wasted. I think I was a little bit more free.
You ain't getting that time back, I tell you that.
Oh god.
Like I didn't mind when I was younger. It's just like okay, cool. Like I don't mind. Now I'm just like Jesus. Like can you tell me this in like 2 sentences or more? Unfortunately, Katie had to read a sonnet for me to get to the point.
I'm just gonna fast forward anyway. If you could watch a TV series for the first time all over again, which TV series would it be?
Atlanta, Breaking Bad, Ozark.
Heroes.
How not to waste my time in 60 seconds.
Wait, is that on Netflix? Because I could binge that, to be honest.
No, there's the other show. There's the other show. Please land.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is really good, and I'm really upset that I think is good. I'm really angry.
Probably Sugar
about
Rush.
it.
I'd go back and watch Sugar Rush.
Ooh, Sugar Rush. Misfits from the
I went back and
beginning.
watched it. I did it.
I've done that.
Misfits from the very, very
The ending
beginning.
is crap.
I've watched Misfits
The ending
twice.
is crap.
I'm doing Family Guy right now.
That's a lot of series.
From the
by the way.
beginning.
How to Get Away
You're
with
doing a
Murder.
Family Guy.
I've
No,
done that
Reese.
twice though. Hey, yo. Get your lighter out.
You just shoot
Put
man.
your
You know, you just
lighter
shoot man in the leg for no reason.
I saw his face like you're doing a Family Guy.
He does what you do.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know, when everyone
right?
misses it, you're
I was
like,
just like, wait a
oh!
minute, that's me. I'm like, that's what I do.
That is literally. Oh, there we go. That is literally what you do.
No, I did it the other day. I went back and watched Veronica Mars.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it. Oh,
Because that 3 normal series, movie, then Hulu did the full series, which is 8 episodes, and then bang.
yeah. There's too many. Half
I'm
of what
gonna
Mark.
try. Well, I've never watched it. I'm gonna try and watch Ray Donovan. I heard it's meant to be good.
It's good. I was thinking about it because there's a show called Brothers and Sisters meant to be really good, and I started watching it. I don't know how old it is, but I never started it, and I don't know why.
I might go back and watch Brothers in No Game again for like the 4th time.
What?
Oh, no game.
Have you guys watched 20s?
No.
Yeah, the first season I did.
Alright, sure.
Oh my god.
You heard that?
No,
long
I
was
was
that
my
episode?
chest. I
Half
was
an hour?
laughing so much.
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20 minutes
20
per episode.
minutes.
So basically, the time it takes for kids
Yeah,
to
it
see the
is.
story. Okay, cool.
I've had loads of random questions that I just wanted to ask.
Good
So,
God.
are you for or against?
Okay, that's a better version of putting it. Who is? Are you for it? No.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like-
Are you for
You were
or
born
against?
here. Your English shouldn't be this bad.
Are you for or against having a separate room in the house from your partner? As in, like,
The sleeping.
Bedroom.
yeah.
It makes sense if like you're on different work. If one of you doing shift work and one of you have to wake up early, or you come in late and you don't want to disrupt the other person. It makes sense.
Take that out of the equation then. Let's just say that wasn't
I
the
thought-
scenario. Let's just say it is because sometimes like
The
people
sofa
like...
that's what the sofa's there for.
Yeah, no, but sometimes people just like their space and they're like, oh, I don't mind having a separate room in the house to sleep in.
I mean, the cost of living, like, I don't know where you get in a separate room.
Like if you moved into a 2-bed and you didn't have any children or anything yet, and you know your partner slept in the other room most times just because they wanted
said
their
most
peace.
times.
Just because they wanted their peace, or just I don't know.
Or just in case your boyfriend don't hear you speak when he's trying to go sleep.
Fuck off. Anyway, I'm not against it, but I just
Mama just like, hey, come on, man. I
Have-
just want to tell you the story about my
just
day.
don't move
Kay,
in, just don't move in together.
But then basically, why move in together then?
No, son, don't move in
Babes,
together.
how was your day? Well,
At 9 o'clock, 2 hours later. So when it got to 11, yeah, basically we did the office.
Get up.
he said just taking a nut, just like,
5 hours later. So basically, by the time it got to the end of the day, yeah, you got to learn to round off your stories,
Look,
bro.
I like going all around the houses sometimes, alright? It's just me.
sometimes.
Shut up. I'm not your
I
friend.
go around the houses.
I'm not your friend. Oh.
I get there in the end though.
Yeah, you got to get milk.
Oh, God.
I'm just leaving that all the way alone.
How much time?
Just leave.
I got
Smart thing
another
to do.
question actually. How much time do you think you can honestly spend with a
Listening
group
to
of
you.
fuck off with a group of other people before you explode? So like literally like before you actually go mad, like you need to get away from
Well,
them.
group of you.
What's the standard? What's your standard?
What's your
social
standard time?
battery
Like you know
of being
people are
around
like,
people?
oh my gosh, like I've done my time, leave me alone.
It depends.
But it could be
It
your group
depends
of
on the
friends.
people, innit?
Yeah, but it depends on who it is.
My group of friends I could be with for 3 days. 3 days.
Right,
away,
how long
wouldn't
do you
bother
think you could be around us a lot for?
me. I can be around Mark for like 5 days. it wouldn't
Altogether,
bother me.
us four as a group. Okay, 5.
What, including Gabriel?
Yeah.
I could be around them two for like 4 days. It wouldn't bother me. Katie, you get like 2 hours, bro.
You're being gentle.
And most of that is pre-prep, pod, and post-prep. If I was quiet, there's not a problem. I would just play music.
I'm not always this like
You by
Hyperactive
yourself.
allowed.
No. You by yourself is fine.
I'm blessed.
No. You
In
by
a group, I am
no.
probably
Katie,
annoying.
no.
By myself,
Listen
I'm
to this.
great.
You by yourself, I
Perfect.
can manage. You and O as a collective unit is like the Chippendale of annoyance, bro.
You said that.
Pinky in the brain.
I can imagine it probably is. What about you?
45 seconds.
No, because you listen. I'm surprised you lasted Christmas Day. So you don't like people.
That's my family though.
No, but even you're like,
You just said they need to pick up their clothes. That's what you said.
Yeah.
get out.
They just pick up their things when that's cool. I can be around most people, but then after a while,
Less than a day.
Plus, I spend most time with Mark anyway.
yeah,
Because
Less than a
before
day.
Mark did his shoulder, I used to see Mark like 3 times a week
yeah. And I've known him for God knows how long. So
when he used to have plaits.
Is that a joke?
No, be serious. But Gabriel made that worse.
Gabriel laughed, and I thought, wait, is it a joke?
No, that's Gabriel's shit that caught me by surprise. I actually laughed. Yeah.
No, I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's only a selective few. I can't stand being around people as much as I thought I did.
have you ever done like a man's holiday?
Yeah.
I've never done it.
I did with my boys about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, girls' holiday.
But I'm
I have
smart.
to go for a certain amount of people.
I'm smart because I know my main batch of friends. I've known them since I was 11. Well, Kieran I met when I was 16, but fine. Plus, I made sure that me and obviously Kieran and AC are both my 2 male best friends anyway. I know what they're like. So I made them 2 share, and me and AC's younger brother, Drew, we shared. Because we're more party boys and we'll be outside.
Yeah.
So when them not want to go home and when it's at 2 o'clock, me and Drew will still be outside at 6.
Yeah, that's all mad because you have to know who you go away with. I'll murder someone.
I don't have that problem. I've done it once with my brethren, and
that's
it's only
if-
until like recent years where we've actually had the conversation about how it went. But we went on a boys' holiday with his girlfriend and her friends at the time, so it's more so problematic.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was just mandem, I don't think some of the issues that we had on that holiday or that I had on that holiday with a few of them would have been as prevalent.
Yeah,
ECT.
I only go on holiday. People
Could have
that are
gone on holiday
close
with
to me.
KDO.
Oh, Elton.
To be honest, if you went on holiday with me, you probably wouldn't see me. I'll be by the pool.
Under a man. Under her man. Her man. Her man. Not under a man. Her man.
Where?
Does
See how fast my...
does the choice weekend count as a boys' holiday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I think like
we got jumped.
in terms
By
of
girls.
people that
Okay, cool.
are
Fine.
not my close circle,
Damn,
or probably a weekend. Probably. But my close circle has to be longer than that because if not...
In fairness,
And-
I just like teasing you. You're not jarring, bruv. I can assume that some of your friends are super jarring.
No, there's people... Like, coming from me, there's people that are annoying. That's why I say I'll fight someone. Stop it.
No.
I was like, I will fight
didn't
someone.
say that.
Banter
No.
aside,
No,
I
I
can
know.
definitely like,
It's like
be around.
you've got itchy fingers, so
Anyone
sometimes
can.
you don't even know when it goes off.
No.
Because I'm like, "Ah!" But on a real one, I'm actually normal.
But I think you're used to us, so you know
Yeah,
when.
if she gives Chickadee alcohol on holiday, she's cool, bruv.
You know what I mean? I won't be.
Alcohol
You're
and
not
sun.
even like.
Alcohol and sun, Katie is cool.
That's why I
I
said
mean,
you
we've
won't
seen
see
her.
me.
We've seen her with alcohol.
People are like, oh, where you been? I've literally been in front of
And
you
sun.
for about 2 hours.
Alcohol and
I've been
sun.
over there.
Where you been? You're dark.
Over
Yeah,
there.
I've literally been.
Katie will be
cooking.
drunk on the beach going, lay your head down. lay your See? That's what she'll be like.
I love that fucking
Why did I
TikTok.
not know? Why did I not know she knew that song?
Lay your head down.
Question, before we wrap.
girl.
Who do you think knows everyone's personality the best out of the group?
You,
Why me?
because you're Reese Wick.
You study people. But then again, potentially me, because I study people without realising it.
I would have said Mark.
I can do an impression of every single one of you.
No, I'd love to hear that. We love to see that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie, we love to hear. We love to see that, Jackie.
Yeah.
His name is Lee. God damn it. Go on.
Go on.
No, that's come naturally. I can't do it on the spot. Sorry.
That's Paul.
It will come naturally. Like if I'm talking and I'll do an impression of someone, they'll be, oh my god, that's a really I know.
It's not really an impression if you can't do it on the spot.
Facts.
Alright, cool.
You shouldn't have said it.
I'll take it back then.
Yeah, please.
No, I don't.
This has been episode 133 of the Different Stroke podcast. 134?
Yeah.
Different Stroke podcast.
I can't feel my
You can
feet,
find
it's
this
so cold.
DSP and all your favorite DSPs, my personal favorite YouTube. You can find mine, Mark's, O,
Cocaine.
and Kadia's information in the description below. You can find
knees?
O and Mark's website links to their photography business and book business in the description below. To my left has been the testosterone tyrant, Mr. O. Next to him has been
134 episodes, and he's still got nickname names for you.
That's why we think you know everyone. You can't come up with these names without having to know people. Love
to
it.
his left has been Pom Pom Patty.
Have you not seen that?
And across from me has been MTB.
It's the best.
Love and guidance, people. Have a nice week.
Stay
and
blessed.
Peace, love,
Try and stay warm.
love, peace, and elbow grease.
Shit.